the next step in our project is when you're going to make the handle. So you need to have this piece of metal and your Sharpie markers, two different colors, blue and red, would be good for this exercise, and of course a ruler. And we're going to mark out this piece. Marking this out is very important. You have to make sure you're very accurate to 1/4 and 1/2 inch. When getting ready to mark out your piece, you may need to find a teacher pattern. This teacher pattern is shorter than your actual piece, but it will help you ensure that you get your marks very accurate by using this short teacher pattern. You might find a piece in your workstation as well. You should find a teacher example to help to make sure you get this very, very accurately. So I'm trying to mark this so it matches like this in both ends. 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and a 1/4 inch gap. I'm going to leave that there for a reference as I mark this piece. So if you lay out your ruler, take one pen, and you're going to mark, you get this perfectly at 0. Now this is really critical, you get this just right. So at a 1/4 inch, make a little mark. Then we're going to add a 1/2 inch, so from 1/4 up to 3/4, 3/4, and then 3/4 add another 1/2. We put 1 and 1/4. Anytime you need to pause the video, go ahead and do so. And then this 1 and 1/4, add another 1/2. Put you 1 and 3/4, or 2 minus 1/4. Should give you the exact same spot. So make those 3 marks. And you can see should match up with your instructor pattern. So go ahead and pause your video and make those 3 marks. Next, you're going to make a line at a 1/2 inch, much like this blue line here. I'm going to switch my markers. So right at a 1/2 inch, so I went from a 1/2 down to 0 is how I did that one. On this other side, I'm going to go match up at 0 and come down to a 1/2 and draw my 1/2 inch line straight across. So you can pause your video and get your lines across here and your 1/2 inch mark. Go ahead and repeat this on both ends. So mark it on this side as well. Next, you need to draw these lines all the way across, and you can see that your ruler is going to be short. And these have to be really accurate, like I've mentioned. If you make a mistake, you're really going to pay for it, because this piece is such a small piece of metal, relatively speaking, compared to the amount of cuts and bends and hems you're going to make on it. So next, mark out these 3 lines. On each end, we're going to use the aviation snips. We're going to cut out this corner and this corner with 6 cuts in each end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Never, make sure you cut and stop at where the lines meet on all those corners. So if you want to, you can make a little mark here to make sure you know that piece is going to be cut off completely.